Okay, so Orks versus Necrons. So I decided to take a different orc list. I wanted to try out some new stuff. I have 3 units of 30 boys, 2 of which are Shooter boys, 1 of which is Slugga boys, a unit of Grots, Gazgal Thraka, and 3 Pain boys, and that rounds out to 1,500 points. Here's my opponent, Josh. How's it going? What'd you bring today?
I brought my Necrons. I'm bringing a 1,500 point. I just played a tournament on Sunday, and this is the same list. So I have the Reclamation Legion, Decurion Detachment. I have the 4 Tomb Blades, unit of 5 Immortals with Tesla and the Lord, 2 units of 10 Warriors, the Canoptic Harvest with Whip Coils, maxed out at 6 race, and then a Destroyer Cult. 2 units of 4, 1 unit of 3, and the Destroyer Lord.
Okay, good evening and welcome to this 1+ Armor Battle Report. This game is going to be Orks versus Necrons, and so we are going to speed up the footage at about 4 times the actual play, and you guys will get to enjoy us playing a game. So this game, I guess I brought my Orks. My name is Chris, at CanHammerChris on Twitter, and my opponent was...
Hey guys, this is Josh. I'm running my Necrons.
So
I don't have a Twitter handle, so
that's okay. So previously, you would have seen a video kind of going over our armies and what was in them. Josh was on camera describing his, and then mine is relatively small. So I guess we'll start off with right now. We're just starting our deployment. The game was Hammer and Anvil. So this is, a little disclaimer. This is the first battle report we're doing from my man cave in my basement. So, you can ignore the wood paneling in the background. It's kind of hideous. So
mine's
Josh,
like that too.
Yeah, well, 1970s basements. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, same here.
But, so Josh came over to my house right before recording a live stream on the podcast. We decided to have a quick game in. So we're doing 1,500 points just for time's sake. We normally play 1850 ITC.
You wanted to test out your new Orks, basically.
Yeah, well...
New to you, or have you played for a while, or I never heard.
This is a 5th edition. These guys were painted in 5th edition. So this is like my orc army from many, many years.
Okay, so you're just dusting them off. For why? Why? What reason?
I really wanted to test out a theory that I had, that Pain Boys combined with Heavy Armor on your boys is pretty good. A 4+5+ means I don't have to use cover, so I can advance out in the open, and that like scatter bikes and stuff can't really kill as many. They kill half as many orcs for 2/3 additional points, which sounds pretty good. So the one thing is, we rolled up a scenario. We get Hammer and Anvil, which kind of sucks because we had the camera on this side of the table, and the camera's a bit low. Next time we're gonna prop it up in a box. We'll learn. And a few more lights are coming and stuff like that. So I put all my orcs straight across the board. I kind of liked Hammer and Anvil. I was like, I can basically flood the table from end to end so that he can't really get any ground units around me, and I could kind of keep the race back. What you can't see is Gazgal is right in front of the building, right by the Relic. So we played basically ITC Mission 2, which is Relic, and then it's the new Maelstrom system where you roll 3d6 at the beginning of your turn, and you pick 2. That's that. So Josh, you're deploying your army. Why don't you talk about your deployment?
Yeah, so there's 2 objectives, the Maelstrom in the middle. Chris's objective is actually right behind the building where you can see. Mine's in the ruins in the back left. So my thought was I'll place my race front and center, and it'll just be a race to the Relic. I've got 12-inch moves, so I was pretty sure I was going to get it first. However, I think you had first turn.
Yeah, sorry about this with my ass in the camera, but
it's deployment. So a lot of my stuff is pushed further back, just to be within shooting distance from you. So basically, I just was gonna rush up with the race and grab that Relic, and then hope for the best. But you were pretty close too. You deployed pretty much right on the line.
Yeah, I deployed on the line, so that's my movement phase. So you'll see I moved everybody up, and then I moved my middle unit. I screwed up, as I actually was supposed to get my objective for Maelstrom points, and so I had to string my boys back and roll a DT to get him within 3 inches of that objective. And this ended up actually causing me headaches later.
This is almost right. I mean, right out of the gate.
I screwed up. This is a big
move.
mistake.
This is the biggest mistake, and it's your big guys right in the center. Number one, they were in cover, so they weren't as fast as they could have been. I think you maybe rolled a 4-inch or something. I can't remember.
Well, this time I rolled a 6 to go to string them back. So Ghazghkull's technically went 6 straight forward towards the relic. But yeah, so you'll see next turn. We'll describe what blunder I made. But
yeah, you just kind of moved up, but kept one guy slinking back to get your objective. So right out of the gate, you're also going for your maelstrom points. Same thing with myself. So that's why I think I kept some of the guys back in the corner on the top left. And you can see I've just moved my race up just slightly out of charge distance in case you wanted to do that.
I was thinking that you would actually jump up and take the relic, because right now I want to say like 8 or 9 inches from the relic.
I was going to, but the problem is that, I would jump up, grab the relic, and then sit there. And then you charge in, get all your bonuses for charging, and then have the potential of just eradicating my race, and then you getting the relic. So the thought was, if you get it, I can then charge in and hopefully whittle you down a bit. Yeah, the relic is hard, man.
Because you even ran backwards. Like, you just ran backwards.
Yep.
And yeah, it's kind of interesting. So, boom. So, this is what I do. I bump Ghazghkull up on the objective, and then I go, oh, wait a second. Watch this. I'll move my whole army, and I'll go, oh, shit, wait a second. I had one boy in terrain.
Yep.
So, this is a blunder on my part. You'll see I'm moving everybody 6 like a chump.
Yep. Here it is, right on
and I was like, I have the game.
Here.
I'm like, I have the game. Ghazghkull's on, and like in his previous turn, if you notice, like 2 boys got removed because that 4+5+ basically means the Necrons killed nobody. It was like Necron on Necron. Like, that's how it felt. I lost like no boys turn 1.
Yeah, I really don't have a whole lot of. I really don't have much past AP4 really. A lot of AP5 stuff, which is just on the basic warriors. And I think the Immortals were just walking in, so they're the AP4 guys. Other than that, the race are only rending, and my destroyers had yet to come in. So yeah, it's pretty hard to get through a lot of additional saves, and I'm not really used to that for Orks. I'm used to them being.
Oh, sorry, I'm turning over there.
Oh no!
If you notice it went way too fast, and I did move them back. It doesn't look that way, but the rolls were so fast because we're in 4 times speed that you may have missed that.
So, this is where I took advantage of your blunder.
I made it worse. I should have ran the boy squad in the middle, and I should have circled that relic. But I was like, oh, I'm gonna kind of stay back, make it a far charge for the race, and hopefully I get lucky. When I should have said, well, they're gonna get in. I should have just went.
Here's where I start just running away with the Maelstrom. I've deep struck 2 units of destroyers, and they have both square shot right exactly where I wanted them. So 1 in cover, 1 right by your objective. So it's now kind of split your middle your middle unit right in half. Do you go forward or do you go back and stop me from getting Maelstrom points?
Yeah, and we're going to see again, there's another clutch move that I needed, like a really hot roll that would have changed the game. But of course, like as people are saying, Chris keeps saying he needs these hot rolls and clutch. But that's just because of bad play on my part and maybe a bit poor list design. But it was really good to get these Orks out, and I think Necrons are a good army to test them against because Necrons allow you to play the long game. They don't have like, they're not going to table you in 2 turns, so you can basically play out and figure out your army and blunder yourself away.
Yeah, they're like I said, they don't really have a whole lot of firepower. But what they do account for is that they are a long game, basically. They're going to be staying around for a while. They're a very forgiving army.
Well, not from your point of view, but even, like, that's the thing is, like, it's kind of nice just sitting there in the shootout with the Orks. It's like, look at this, he's shooting me. I'm removing, like, 1 or 2 boys. It was kind of refreshing, actually, right? Like, if I'm playing an Eldar bike list, I'm losing 20 boys a turn.
Yeah, I'm never doing enough to cause a panic, to take away that forces you to do a long bomb charge. Just 3 or 4 here and there, and that's it. Out of a squad of 30 guys, it's frustrating. So right here's where I take advantage of your blunder. I've moved up the race straightforward ahead of the relic.
Yeah, and so now you're between me and the relic. I should have ran up there and surrounded it so you couldn't get control of it.
Right.
But yeah, so you're about to come in.
So now I've basically gotten most of my Maelstrom. I think I've I got I think I got escorted mails from both of my maelstroms every single turn,
Yeah,
and
and
it
I couldn't
was
score any because
yeah, and for a couple of reasons. Number one, for the destroyers in your deployment zone, so you kept rolling up things like have 3 units in your deployment zone or no enemies, and well, the destroyers just sat there.
no, they shot.
Well, yeah, they shot, but I mean, you didn't really go after them with anything, not
Well,
until turn 5.
well, I do with one unit, but I just don't make the long bomb charge.
Yeah. Plus, this type of ITC mission have 3 units in your deployment zone. You only have 4 units,
Yeah,
and you
that's the
don't
thing.
want them in your area. You
Yeah,
want them forward.
yeah. So at 1,500 points, I basically lose my Big Mac Stompa
Yeah.
in this list.
Good.
So that's the thing. Like normally, I'd have like a Void Shield Generator, a Grot unit, and like a Big Mac Stompa kind of chilling back, or one Boys unit chilling back. But with this, I felt that I needed to commit to you, and then I didn't. And like I'm not really committing to you because I'm kind of playing cagey. So
Yeah.
I think it was just like I couldn't make up my mind. I was like, do I want to go after you or do I not? And
So
so
you can
you're
see. Sorry, you can see in the middle there. You've pushed all your guys up. Now I've basically charged you.
Yeah, you charged me. I countered. I issued a challenge, and I actually killed your Destroyer Lord. I do believe with Gazgul.
Gazgul. Yep.
So that's pretty good. You thought you were gonna kill him, but you didn't.
I was very close though. It was because of your feel no pain. I mean, my guy's AP2, 4 attacks on the charge, mastercrafted and preferred enemy. So I'm guaranteed a couple wounds in there, and I think you rolled crazy numbers like 3 5s or something, 2 5s. You kept him alive.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You basically had to roll all your hits and wounds to kill him,
Yeah,
and I just needed to make one like feel no pain, and then now
attack back
I
and
basically
notice
wad, and I'm like, because round 2 I can wad. I have a 2+ invulnerable, so I will kill his dude with strength 10. So I
yeah,
just wad, move my boys behind, and our turns are going really fast in this game because we're playing like champions. So this is a clutch move. I move the boys on the left back to hit his destroyers, and I also do a combi charge on the other destroyer unit, but I need like a 10. But I figured there was no, like, it was worth it because if I could tie both those units up, then my Grots could get that objective and I might actually win the game big.
hmm
And at this point, I'm desperate because it doesn't look like I can get the relic. So we're going to continue this Wraith fight. You're going to fight 60 boys, 2 Pain boys, and
with
Gazgul.
with basically six race.
Yeah, so you're rolling your attacks. And like, it's funny because the 4+ save makes a huge difference. Because, like, that 4+5+ means, like, if your Wraiths aren't rending, you're killing, like, 1-2
I
guys.
don't, and
That
if you
was 4
see,
dudes. That's all a Wraith unit killed was 4
yeah,
dudes.
if you see, I don't think I made many rending attacks. I wounded, but I almost got 0 6s.
But like, how many attacks does that unit have in total? Your Wraiths?
Each wraith has 3, so 18.
18 attacks. So you hit on 4s. So that's
Hey,
9 hits, and then you
yeah,
wound
strength 6.
on 2s.
Dues.
So that should be like 8 wounds. And then
Yeah.
I actually make 4 saves. We'll ignore the rending. 4 saves, and I should make one of those. So you're killing like 3 orcs on averages. We'll
Yeah.
say 4 orcs with rending, and you killed 4 orcs. So that was actually on averages.
Yeah.
But that 4+
Just
makes
do
a
more.
big difference, especially
It
because that
is.
counts towards combat res. So I really like it, but it's super expensive.
Yeah, no. Uh, I don't think was I winning combat at this or no? I was
I
still losing
actually,
combat, wasn't I?
I think I won almost every round of combat versus those wraiths.
And then just made your save, or how are they still in there?
Well, you're fearless.
I'm fearless. How were you still in there?
I'm
You didn't break?
fearless.
Oh, you're
'Cause I
fearless.
wad,
Okay.
yeah. Like this is
Right,
the turn
right,
I
right.
wad. So with the Big Mac Stomp, every unit within 6 is fearless, but I don't have that crutch in this army because
Uh,
I hadn't actually purchased him at the time of this game. So, and then of course on the bottom left there, we're fighting that combat out. You're doing
Yep.
your saves, and I do a lot of good damage to those guys. I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I mean that's not bad. I think there's one whole unit, or sorry, one guy, 1 wound, two guys. So, oh, there he is. So
Yeah, it would
basically
have been nice. Like I was thinking, like it would have been nice
6
if
wounds
one
on
dude
3
would've
up armor
stuck.
save.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if one guy would have stuck, it would have been really good for me.
yep.
Because then I could have just like not got shot. But
I like this if watching your blue dice go in the big fight in the center because you're rolling something like 90 dice.
yeah, and like people got like this is 4 times, but we played a 1,500 point Orks on Necrons in an hour and a half, I think it was.
Yeah, something like that.
If not like maybe 2 hours, but like we're motoring. So like even if you were watching the straight footage of this, like Josh is like motoring his guys
Yeah,
because we have to record a podcast, so we're just like giving her.
Yeah, it's running live, whether we're sitting in front of it or not. So we were like, we got to go,
And
and
it's
then
also
talk about it.
nice. It's nice too because a lot of the ITC discussion lately has been about slow play, and I think we were talking about that. Like, this is a good stress test. Is like, let's
It
get
is.
this done.
How well can you actually work your army when you're trying to play a 1,500 point game or 1,800 point game in less than 2 hours? Um, Me, I think I can do pretty well because I know my stuff fairly decent at this point.
Oh, the
Um,
Grotties died. They ran away and ran off the board.
yeah, I
Oh, that
shot
was
them with
so
the
sad.
destroyers that are sitting in there. I think coming up, what are we doing? We're in combat here in the center.
That breaks my heart though because I have the old like Grot war boss from the Gorka Morka days.
Oh yeah.
So this is brilliant. So this is here his
Oh,
sorry in the middle of
so
the board there. Tell him what you did with the relic.
So basically, now you've gotten everybody in close combat. The race are tying you up, and what I did was right in front of that mountain. I snuck around to the side with the scarabs while we're all in combat. You push forward into the race, and I was able to take the relic with the
Yeah.
scarab base. As well as also out front, you saw me. I just jumped up on top of the building, and you have nothing in your army that can touch the destroyers up there. So
Yeah, that was pretty cheesy on your part,
yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
yep.
So
I
anyway,
can
back
just
to my thing is I have the Grot war boss from Gorka Morka painted up with like the banner bearer and like some old metal grots that I've had for like
yeah.
something like 20 years or 16 years. Like these are some of the first models I ever owned because my first army was Orks, and then I sold or gave away all my old Orc stuff because it looked terrible, except for
Mhm.
the grots because they never really changed. So the fact that you just murdered my grots like that is really upsetting to me.
Yeah. I gave the thumbs up there for something. I can't remember what happened there. But I think I might have survived again for another
Yeah,
close combat.
your race survived. This is the clutch turn. Your wraith needed. You had one wraith left, I do believe, with like one
Yeah.
wound, and
Yep.
I needed to be free this turn because then I would have been able to get the scarabs, get the relic, get your spider, and basically do
You would
quite
have,
well.
yeah, you would have run me over at that point because, I mean, scarabs are only, weapon skill 2, toughness 3, so all your stuff you're doubling me out basically. So reanimation is dropping down, and then you just have that big blob squad right there surrounding that relic.
Which is still like over 50 boys, I do believe. Like as far as pure kill points, I'm down 1 kill point right now. If that was what the mission was, it was not. But so like that many boys could have easily secured that objective.
Yep.
It's just like I just needed that wraith to go this turn, but it was not meant to be. So that's okay. So I'm thinking, okay, I'll get through him. Josh will get another turn, and then I'll get into him. And now it's no longer a win for me. It's like I have to hope for a turn 6 to kind of push into him.
Yeah, here you go. Here, counting all your hits. It's so funny because I'm just on my phone and you're and tallying it up for you actually as you're going through 90 rolls.
Yeah, he's not like playing
I'm
on
not
his
being a
phone. He's
dank.
actually
Yeah,
keeping track of the sixes because,
yeah,
as I said, when you gotta do 50 boys times 3 to 4 attacks. Well, it's 2 to 3
three.
attacks each in this case
Yeah,
because shooters and slug is mixed in. Yeah, you got to just go.
yep. And I gotta help you along too because I don't want you being like after 60 go, oh, how many was that, 27 or 30, and then start over again. No, no, we gotta roll through this.
And it's also
So
handy too,
yeah,
like your opponent, like because I only hit on 4s and I'm going fast. It's nice if your opponent can watch you pick up the dice and maybe, oh, you missed a 4, or oh, you picked up a 3 because we're trying to speed along, so it is a
yeah.
two-player game, right? So there you just backed up. You got your maelstrom objective was to take your objective in the back left, so you backed
Yep.
your warriors up.
Yeah, and again, here's just where I'm going to run through. It's I'm rolling up things like hold that objective, line breaker, which I'm just constantly getting just by having the destroyers up there. So at this point, I've just run crazy with the maelstrom, and I'm pretty sure you said you weren't able to keep up at this point.
Well, you're going to create a wall here with your destroyers.
Yep, and so again, another not really a clutch move, but my destroyers did finally come in.
And they hit,
By
I do
turn
believe,
3 or
as
turn
well.
4, and again a direct hit. So now I'm blocking you, and I've moved the spider around, and I push my scarabs further back, as well as the relic, because I'm constantly moving the relic forward throughout the unit, and then moving the scarabs as much as I can.
Yeah, but I'm still very much. I felt like very much in it at this point. I'm like, I see the relic. I just got to touch that unit with any kind of force.
Yep.
Um,
So then
but
from here, I
yeah, my,
just
my,
wanted
my back left unit there's taking a beating. I should have kept him in cover and just said screw it, but I wasn't too worried. I don't know. I kind of had faith that they wouldn't get wiped out.
Yeah. I needed to kind of bring them down a little bit just in case they started to pose a threat if they wanted to run back forward or whatever.
Well, they're OBSEC, so I
Yeah, that's
never
also
never
dirty.
rolled my objective ever again. But if I ever did roll it, I could have jumped on that
Yeah.
objective and just taken it.
There you
But
see me there. I'm lining up everything I have in my army to block you at this point. So you're still tied up with the race. I've moved up my warriors, spread out my uh, tomb blades and my destroyers, and just made a big wall straight across.
yeah, and this is the point where I think I kind of concluded that Maelstrom was not going to happen.
Hmm.
And so I kind of just you're going to see in my next turn, I'm going to bump those guys in the bottom left back on the terrain. And I'm just going to go for primary at this point because I felt like primary is mine from the start of the game. And Maelstrom was the pain, and then I kind of gave that up. So now I'm really thinking, like, I got to get this primary back to prove that orcs aren't as crap as the internet makes them out to be. And that it's, and you know, actually, after playing this game, I made enough user errors that I'm still confident in their abilities.
Oh yeah,
Like, you and I both talked about it throughout, even right now, like, you know, there's a blunder on Chris's part, and then you executed excellently. You know, you put you deep struck your destroyers, which I didn't expect. I expected you to put them in your deployment zone, and so that's why I built the wall to kind of keep you back, and as long as I kept range, you'd never be able to get behind me, and I'd funnel your army back. That deep striking worked out really well for you, and you know, it's good that you did that, right?
yep, yep. I like that the pinch remove. Way back, I started playing with the destroyers on the table, but they usually got shot pretty easily, or by the time you get across, then you know they're terrible in close combat. So I started deep striking them, and so far it's been to my benefit.
I think so too. Like some builds, of course, you're going to want to start them on the table in the back, but
Yeah, it all depends on who you're going against. If I'm going against Space Marine army and they have nothing but rhinos or something, yeah, I want them on the table turn one so I can just blast them from afar before they get close. Because I'm re-rolling to wound or for armor pens.
because of your formation there, yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, so I did get through that wraith in the middle quite a while ago actually now, and then I'm pushing up and I'm trying to do the double surround. I'm going to hit the warriors and the scarabs on the right, and I'm going to hit the destroyers on the left. And my goal was to hit them, and with luck I would pump through. So I just charged both units right now,
Yep.
and my goal was to pump through, hope for a turn 6, and just take the relic for
So-
my own.
So here I am on the top left, actually checking the rules on the relic, because I like to win too, and if it's going to be by a rules question, is what it is. What I'm looking for is who has the relic in close combat.
But this is a point of contention that we had, because at LVO, I do believe the relic just counted as an objective that moved.
Right.
So the way that you and I played it for this game, so I'm not going to take anything away, is that whoever controlled it won the game. But
Right.
some events, I think P&P's like this as well, it's whoever's... It's just an objective that moves. So right now, technically, it's a tie because... No, you're not OPSEC, are you?
No, I'm not. No, you would have had it.
So I would have had it. But of course, that wasn't the way that we were playing it, but that's the way a lot of people do play it. That's why we're
Right.
mentioning it.
I know at Du Bois last year, I had to go to the TO to find out if it's, I'm holding it, do I have it at the end, or is he OBSEC? And we were in close combat, does he have it? And they ruled it that no, as long as you had control before you entered combat, then you have it. And so this is what I'm checking here. Can I drop the relic, or who has it? And that's kind of what I did. A little gamey, but
Yeah.
otherwise, if I didn't, you would have had that.
I almost want to get clarification on how the relic works. Mind you, we play so much ITC that I think we're going to play it from now on as a movable objective.
Right.
Because even if we play as who controls it, if I would have touched it round 1 with Gazgul, you would have never been able to take it from me.
No, I wouldn't have.
So that's the difference, right? It's I think it's better for the long run to do it that way.
But again, I made the same comment during the podcast too. I'd hate the idea of, I played everything perfectly. I pick it up, and then at the very end, all you have to do in your last turn is move close with some OBSEC, tank or whatever, turbo boost, and you win.
Well, you could just ring, you'd have to ring dudes around it, and yeah, you might be right. We have to really look into that because it's not clear in the 7th Ed rulebook.
Right. I mean, you know, could I bring some guys in? It'd be a totally different play style at that point. If I'm, especially if you're playing an elite army and you don't have a whole lot of guys to
Yeah.
begin with, you know.
But we'll just say it again. For this game, we played whoever held it,
Yeah,
and
whoever
so
held it,
because
right?
Josh was engaged and he was allowed to pass it off, and it had no restriction on whether he was engaged, he actually passed it off to a unit, and they
Yeah,
ran
so,
away with it. So that's why right now I've basically double lost, and we're kind of just playing to kill as many robots as possible, which is
yeah,
fun.
yep,
I don't mind killing robots, you know.
yep. It's I think the rules were you can drop it and it lands 1 inch away from your unit. I did that and then ran past with I can't remember. There I
So,
gave the thumbs up.
so that was the game. Good game.
Yep.
We shook on it, and that was it. So
We continue to run over and do a podcast after.
yeah. So, any final thoughts on the game, Josh?
Uh, the orcs are tough. I've never really. Uh,
Oh, he said that he's gonna get trolled on the internet. Or is it tough?
they are. Depending on what list you're bringing, such as yourself. For me and my Necrons, I don't have enough firepower to handle 90 models on the table, whether it's orcs or whether it's a bunch of like I don't know like fire warriors from Tau. 90 units or sorry 90 models. It's just way too much to handle.
Especially the 4+ save, and then the feel no pain. Right? I had 3 pain boys. That's a lot of feel no pain.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, all my warriors are AP3, I think. I was using the blast template for the tomb blades,
No,
and they're like,
just the destroyers are AP3. You're like AP5. On the
yeah, sorry,
warriors.
the warriors are AP5, destroyers AP3. I was using the blast templates for the tomb blades, and they're strength 6, but only AP5. Yeah, so at least I could get a few more hits in, but that's it.
So my final thought was that it was successful. I did test the 4+ heavy armor save on the boys, the pain boys. It is quite effective. It does work against Eldar as well. That's my whole goal with this game, was to test that out and just see how durable it was, because I did the math on it, and for, as I said earlier, 2/3 additional points, it did half the wounds when playing scatter bikes. My new list, however, does not have it just because of the sheer, it costs way too damn much.
Yeah,
But I did thoroughly enjoy that exercise of just moving the boys around, practicing my spacing, and getting ready for more competitive orc play. That's one of my goals right now, is to kind of get a competitive orc army up and running. So I had a lot of fun, man, and I just want to say thanks for coming over. Thanks for doing the show with us, and
yeah, of course, man.
thanks for this
Anytime.
battle report. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. We like doing these voiceover ones because they seem to get a lot of better feedback from the viewers of the OnePlus Productions YouTube channel. It allows you guys to kind of watch the game and see it flow, and then listen to commentary. We're not the best commentators. We will get better with time, though, hopefully.
Yeah, this one did kind of seem to zip along. I mean, that only lasted like what, half an hour or something.
Yeah, it was
Sometimes they can last a bit longer.
Yeah, this was a super short game. Even just us playing it was super short. When you see the tournament games, they're more like 2.5 hours with setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to commentate in 4 times speed because there's like a lot less happening, I guess.
Yep.
But maybe we should have done 3 times. But yeah, as I said before, we will be elevating the camera next time for a more top view. And the next game will be actually my Orks versus Eldar. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. So visit, thanks for watching, subscribe, and catch you guys next time.
See you later.